has a friend up in front of him, and again, it's gonna be Aerowolf 1. Got up in a little bit of trouble as Insight has another angle for it, and Incognito. These guys are just putting on one hell of a show today.
Disaster again here for AW1. They just cannot find these early rotations.
Get in with the pan of all the disrespect ways to kill it. Icky goes down to the swing. There we go, Incognito. I love it. Everybody is just trying to make their way through. These are the last, well, actually, there is actually Cloud9 back behind this that is still out in the blue, but these guys are kind of gatekeeping and bridge camping each other out from safety right now.
Yeah, AW7 trying to push through this defensive position that 17 Gaming has set up. Monkey King coming in for the assist with the other two members of 17 Gaming. You've got Shocks up on the lighthouse providing long range cover. Avo taking a lot of damage from that grenade from YY. Shocks trying to find an angle, but there's a lot of smoke here, giving AW7 enough cover for now, but Monkey King trying to get around this rock. He knows Avo's there. The call has come out. He's looking to get some shots in, just can't quite get around the corner of that rock.
17 Gaming is playing with so much confidence right now. They hopped in the vehicle, just ran right down in front of AW7. Monkey King's trying to just slowly make his way up and forward. The grenade's gonna come out. That could connect with Avo. Does not take him down though. Does a lot of damage. You can see Avo is just having to dance from smoke to smoke. Monkey King is not aware of the reposition. Finally spots him out. Gets the shots onto it. So now AW7 still holding up the hillside. But look, we've got 17 Gaming just running forward. They know which trees they're probably behind, and they are just charging up this hillside. Datmosh caught up trying to get the res onto it, but look, Godly's just trying to hold the top of the hill. He gets taken down. It's just Datmosh finally getting the res back up onto Avo, but Shu is just gonna hold down this angle. There is nowhere for them to go.
17 Gaming doing what they do best, finally finishing it off. Avo going down, 17 Gaming picking up 4 kills for themselves. Arrows go down in 15.
Look, thank you so much, and here we are. We've got BB. They've kind of made an approach right up next to OP Rangers. Keep in mind, OP Rangers are one of those teams we're keeping an eye on. They are right on the edge of making it into the grand finals tomorrow. They need a big game, so they're going to have to defend that. ENCE now starting to make their way up and forward. Another one of those teams right on the cusp position. You can see it's going to be an interesting play coming through as BB is right on the edge of this, trying to see if anybody's going to make the push around the side.
Grenade coming out here from Brazilian, doesn't quite make it into the window. This is a huge moment for the OP Gaming Rangers. 3 members of BB trying to get into this compound that is right on the eastern edge of the circle. A Molotov goes out, forcing Sato to reposition a little bit here. 2 members behind this wall, a big grenade coming in from DG98.
That's the
Brazilian knocked. Tamaria coming around the side. He gets the knock on the Lively. There is only 1 member standing here for BB. They go down in 14th place. 3 points for OP Gaming Rangers.
Oh no, back down towards the south. You can see it. It was Envy that got into a little bit of a skirmish with ENCE, but on the other side that we've got Incognito that's just looking back down towards them. Insight was just out in the open and Traffelli punishes him for it, but they've got the blue right back behind them. There is nowhere to go as Incognito is just taking more and more of control of this area. You can see Rustamar is just trying to run forward. Keep in mind, ENCE and Winstrike need big games if they want to get in. They're right on that cusp spot right now, just a couple of points. So with this, you can see why Kikamukau trying to go down for this res. Rustamar is the last member standing for ENCE.
Rustamar desperately trying to make his way in. Here comes some shots, and that will be it. ENCE goes down in 12th place. Incognito doing a great job gatekeeping them out of the circle.
But they had a couple of kills. We'll have to keep an eye on how this plays out. AHQ still in firm control on the other side of it. They've got Incognito that they're looking back down on right now. Brazilian Crusaders are trying to hold out 17 Gaming. Nice shot's gonna go ahead and take down Shocks. We got YY and Monkey King on the other side of it. Rusty Zero's taking a lot of damage. Monkey King just starting to dismantle the Brazilian Crusaders. 1 FPS is still holding this angle, and you can see the regroup starting to come out from 17 Gaming. Even whenever they had 1 member go down, they know how to readjust around it, and a beautiful grenade coming down. That's gonna knock one of the members from AW1.
The Rangers on the move here, trying to get out of this compound, establish a bit of position as the circle has shown itself. It went hard to the right. Shu with a nice shot here onto 1 FPS. There is only 1 member standing here for the Crusaders. Their hopes are on the line here. Can he defend it? He is very weak. Rogi is going down. He does get the knock onto Monkey King. Here comes Shu, and he finishes them off.
17 Gaming at 9 kills already, and guess what? Cloud9 is swimming back up behind this. Well, he has to focus all of his attention over towards 17 Gaming. It's almost just a matter of time of who gets the kill. The grenade's gonna land on the other side of the rock, but you're gonna hear MP5. They're gonna realize what's going on. Winstrike actually taking a couple of shots at 17 as they're making their crossover for this. Exacon's just trying to survive. As you can see, a headshot just connects with him. It's gonna be YY making the brave push up through the smoke, and it's gonna be MP5 that just walks up and takes it away from him.
Now MP5 looking down onto 17. 17 on the low ground. This is gonna be a bit of a difficult situation for them here. MP5 is already into the circle. Two members of 17 are not. Shox taking quite a bit of damage here from Missyou, but Missyou not able to confirm.
Winstrike is kind of caught up looking over at 17, which has led to an odd situation of Lobes being all by himself, just walking forward, listening to all the firefights. So really, it's 17 that's taking the brunt of the action with this really brave reposition coming out from Shu. He's just driving through, vehicle explosion comes up, and that just feeds it right over. But look at this Cloud9, Lobes pops up back behind this, gets it down and a kill, and just runs away like, I don't want to be here anymore. Maybe I can make it over this motorcycle. Dixu's taking the shots at him, and he pops the wheelies. He's trying to go forward. The tire's down. Lobes is just trying to make it, and he does manage to make it to cover, but the blue is coming in, and he still needs to make it up that hill. Is he going to walk right in front of those windows? Surely they have to know that he's there. He knows that they're there. A little bit of shots now going back and forth between them. Is he just going to go for this fight? Does he assume that there's maybe only one inside of this? He's going to go ahead and prep the grenade. Thinking about it? No. You got to make the choice here sooner or later. He's like, okay, oh, there it is around the other side, and there you go. AHQ managed to pick up another kill as Incognito gets eliminated. MP5 is in a terrible position right now, and they know they have to fight their way out of it. Missyou and Leo, the last members up. They've decided that they're going to push back over next to OP Rangers, but it does not work out for them as now Leo, the last member standing. Winstrike hears the fight and is slowly sneaking up right back behind Leo. He's inside this shack, but you can just toss a grenade underhanded, so he has to be very, very careful. He knows he's got a squad in front of him, but look, we've got a nice little sneaky position coming out. Two of the members from OP Rangers are holding this angle, but Mental and DG kind of creeping their way along.
Yeah, we'll see if Winstrike opts to third party this fight, but there's a grenade from Mental that finishes off Leo, and that'll be MP5 out in 6th place. Now, will the OP Rangers regroup here and opt to try to control the top part of the circle? They're making a quick rotation. Winstrike is up here as well, so it is a 4v4 up on the northern end of the circle. Meanwhile, on the south, Entus Force is trying to get into a battle, but here we go. Winstrike versus OP Rangers here.
This is absolutely huge. Remember, OP Rangers, they might have qualified. We have to keep an eye on how their points going. We had ENCE go out early, but in that 7th place spot is going to be Winstrike at the time, OP Rangers in the 9th. So both these guys right next to each other. They really have their tournaments potentially on the line right now. Crystal Luster also needs a very big game, so we'll have to keep an eye on how that's going with them. AHQ and Entus Force, we're going to have to see how that's playing out. So Entus Force is slowly and steadily making a little bit more headway towards this building that AHQ is so valiantly defending. Finally, K3 goes down inside of this, though, but I don't think that they know how many members are there, so they're being a little bit hesitant to hard push inside of it.
Right, of course, you got to play this slow. You got to make sure that you don't lose any more members. Sungjong trying to find the angles, seeing if anyone's upstairs. There, in fact, is no one in the attic right now. Moving in to try to finish off this kill on a K3. It's just winner left here for AHQ, and he will go down to Entus Force. That is AHQ out in 5th place. Trying to see if he can get some angles onto Crystal Luster. Okay, they are in a fight now with Winstrike. Iron Child gets the knock onto Wookie. Teme getting knocked here by Indigo as well. This could be disastrous for Winstrike.
Winstrike is aware that they have somebody that's right over here next to him, but it's going to be actually Force that comes up and saves Winstrike. They start third-partying into this, and Winstrike gets a retaliation down as well. Now it is just Weishi, I believe, the last member up and alive, and he gets taken down from another angle, and that's going to be OP Rangers joining into the skirmish. Now it is a full 3-way fight. 10 people alive. You can see Force playing along one side of it, OP Rangers slowly starting to sneak up on the other. But we have the road running smack through the middle of this, and now Winstrike on the other side of it. It's just exchange after exchange as it's everybody just taking shots at each other.
Entus Force is trying to desperately get that res up on Yak. They need that third member up. The OP Rangers still Force strong. Winstrike with a member knocked as well. They really desperately need to get that one too. Teme bleeding out quite quickly. Jorski trying to cover things here, taking some shots at DG98. They might be able to get the res here. It looks like Tiksu will be able to pull this off.
Winstrike has been very, very careful right now. They haven't drawn too much attention from Force. Really, it's been OP Rangers that's just got caught right in between the two different squads. They're almost running a little bit of a 2-2 split. With the size of the circle, it's kind of hard to call it a split at this size. I mean, it's only about 100 meters that are separating each other, but they're having to fight two different teams, one on an uphill battle and one ranged. Meanwhile, Winstrike still just trying to hold their 3-man spread. Looks like they're finally starting to regroup, try to get a little bit more information. Circle's starting to force everybody just down this hillside, and here you go. You can see Force has to make their way down through this, and it's just Winstrike that is just tearing into them.
Yeah, Winstrike here doing a lot of damage, getting 2 knocks so far. Nothing confirmed yet, though. There's a lot of smoke up there. The Rangers repositioning. DG98 trying to see if he can get an angle onto Teme here. Temeria using a lot of smoke. Look at that line of smoke that OP Rangers has created to give themselves a wall between Entus Force and themselves so they can concentrate on one side for now. Entus Force gets 1 res up, another member's gone down, so they're down to 2 strong here.
We're gonna have to see how they make their way down that hillside. You can see that's really Teme off on one side of it. They've got the angle over there, so now it's just gonna be trying to hold them back. Does manage to connect, and look at that with a little bit of assistance from OP Rangers. Now we are down to 2. It's gonna be a 4-man squad lined up against a 3-man squad, and OP Rangers starting to get a little bit more control. You can see the grenades are starting to come out. Winstrike has 1 member off on his lonesome. He's got to survive at this stage, and it is just a smidgen of life keeping him up and active. Meanwhile, the other 2 members are trying to decide, do they regroup? Do they try to hold the angle off on this? You can see inside the comms, everybody's just leaned in trying to figure out exactly how this is gonna go. OP Rangers have the numbers, but Winstrike has a split position and might be able to hold some nice angles onto it. Tixu takes a little bit of damage. He has to drop back down, but here you go. You can see just back and forth.
Yeah, Temeria doing some nice job with some grenades, keeping Teme pinned. Babo here, way out on the flank, making sure that Winstrike is not allowed to reposition, landing some really nice shots, but Winstrike Tixu goes down to the zone. He backed up into it, and he was already super weak. Teme here, trying to move up. It's Babo looking to get over that hill, seeing if he can see that. Oh, he's behind the bush. Teme landing some nice shots there. It is Babo who will have to back up, heal up a little bit. Mental trying to push in, but he's taking some damage from Jorski as he goes in. Teme gets knocked. Mental here. It is a 4v1. Jorski versus the rest of OP Rangers. Mental moving in, spraying around the corner, and that'll be the OP Gaming Rangers winning the final game of the day.
And you can't see it, but he has a huge smile on his face. That was the game they needed. They were in the 9th place spot, and it was so close for them. They were 3 points back behind ENCE. ENCE has a rough game, and Rangers managed to walk away with a high kill, 13 kill game victory.
Whew.